Good morning, world. I'm Harrison Laine, the fuck-up who does fuck-ups. Let's talk about Tim Allen. He's a funny comedian who most of us know from the show Home Improvement, which is a hilarious show, and Buzz Lightyear from the Toy Story movies. Then in 1994, Tim Allen starred in a Christmas movie called The Santa Claus. He played a man named Scott Calvin, a man who accidentally killed Santa Claus and, through magic, is declared the new Saint Nick. It was original, funny, and heartwarming. Enjoyment for the whole family. Then 8 years later, for some reason, there was a sequel. This movie was stupid. There wasn't much to look at. Pointless, really. Nothing new, not much charm. Now today, seeing how this is Christmas, we're going to look at the worst Christmas movie Tim Allen has ever done. Second worst Christmas movie Tim Allen has ever done. This is The Santa Claus 3. Yes, here is an unnecessary sequel that adds on to the unnecessariness to the bonfire. This is not only a horrible movie, but a waste of talent of not one comedic talent, but two! And to add insult to injury, the best part of the last two movies isn't in this one, probably off calculating numbers or getting stoned. Why is this the worst pair of jingle balls in the series? Let's find out. So the movie starts off with Mrs. Claus teaching little children, elves.
Wasn't it weird when you married Santa and you had to move all the way up to the pole and give up your old lady, Mrs. Claus?
Weirder than you can possibly imagine.
Weird? Weird? You call being married to Saint Nick weird? What would happen if you were being married to the Easter Bunny? You call that stunning? Flashback to her being pregnant and they're trying to get her to the emergency room. Wait a minute, did he just duck in front of the sled? Good God, even an extra in this picture would rather kill himself than be in this movie! When she goes to the medical room, however, it was only a false alarm.
Again? I stopped at pedicure for this?
Hey, show some respect. These people came all the way from Santa Claus too. So Santa and his wife are sitting at home with their singing Christmas carols.
Jingle bells, jingle bells. Scott, come here. Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
He's a genius.
This must be a pretty smart baby. I guess she knew that this was all gonna suck, so she stayed in her mother's womb. But then the doctor finally arrives to take care of Miss Claus, while Curtis, taking place as new house elf for Bernard, informs Santa about them being behind schedule and one more thing.
The Council of Legendary Figures have called an emergency meeting.
You can't leave the North Pole and go to a council meeting tonight.
They know that. That's why they came here.
Here?
Here.
Where?
In the kitchen.
In the kitchen?
Is there an echo in here?
No, but I do hear the sound of annoyance. Miss Claus leaves the room while Santa tries to catch up to her to see what's wrong.
Care for some company, Mrs. Claus?
Not from you, Mr. Claus.
Why not?
Because you can't spend time with me and get the toys ready, and I understand completely. I just hope you're not delivering when I'm delivering.
Carol, there's no way I could do... Nice chrome work, Laine. That is so working.
Yeah, this guy isn't gonna be Parent of the Year, is he?
People that I need. You know, family.
We are your family, right, Alice? We're her family, right?
Taller family.
Racist. Mrs. Claus is sad because she doesn't have her own family with her, and she knows she can't have it both ways. Santa says that he can bring them to the North Pole, but Curtis has other problems.
Sir, the SOS.
Excuse me?
SOS. Secret of Santa? There could be dire consequences. The possibilities increase exponentially that the closely guarded secret of the North Pole's true location could be compromised and Christmas as we know it will cease to exist.
Sequels, Mr. Claus! Horrible, horrible, horrible sequels! This will go on forever! So, through some talk that I really don't understand, he said that their parents are going to come over to the North Pole, even though they think he's a toy maker. Yeah, I wish. So, Santa Claus goes into a meeting with the Council of Legendary Figures, which includes the Tooth Fairy, the Sandman, the Easter Bunny, Cupid, and Mother Nature. I need to cut back on the drugs.
We thought you should see this.
Silver bells.
I found 270 of them at shopping malls scattered across the Northwest. I hereby call this special session of the Council of Legendary Figures to order.
This is ridiculous.
Sandman!
I'm up! Hey, Cupid, nice skirt.
I'm bored of this already. Is there anyone to brighten the mood? There he is! Here's Jack Frost, played by Martin Short, who needs to kill his agent.
You guys finally woke up and are giving me my own holiday. Frostmas, of course, it's just a placeholder. I'm wide open. Frostgiving, the Frost of July, Frost Dog Day. I mean, the possibilities are endless.
How about this for a holiday? Shut the frost up! It turns out Jack Frost has been charged for upstaging Santa in various scenarios. So the council decides to suspend Frost from the council, but he complains about Santa upstaging him, but Santa fights back.
Because of our production problems, an entire continent might go without toys this year. That's right. And on top of that, I've got to protect the secret of Santa this year. Because the in-laws, oh boy, the in-laws. Mr. and Mrs. in bad mood every time I turn around. Continent might go without toys this year. That's right. And on top of that, I've got to protect the secret of Santa this year. Because the in-laws, oh. Shut the fuck up!
So, if you could actually follow any of that, work production is behind, so an entire continent probably won't get any toys. He's worried about his in-laws coming. He's worried about being a dad despite not working for him the first time. And do you really give a shit? Honestly, wasn't the first movie about coping of being Santa Claus, not the backstage issues of being him? It's like doing 30 Rock, except less funny and more dramatic. And no one would give a shit. You know, Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip! So, in order to avoid being suspended, Jack volunteers to help Santa with the workload.
Alright. You don't want to get suspended? I'll give you one more chance. And I mean it. If there's one icicle out of place, you are gone. I will not let you down.
You give work to the obvious villain with the most obvious name. Am I watching a sequel to the Santa Claus movies or a sequel to the Fantastic Four movies? So, Santa rides on the sled to his old home with 2 reindeer. Just go with it. And he's invited inside.
Son, how's Danielle doing?
Good. Thanks for letting me go snowboarding with her and her parents for Christmas.
Hey, I brought you something. Just a little thing. Oh, boy. What a mess in here.
I guess he's going through the bag of the Looney Tunes sound effects.
Wedged behind the wheelbarrow.
Dad, that's awesome.
Thank goodness it wasn't a car.
Thanks, Dad.
I wish I could come to the North Pole with you. I could help Carol a lot, and she loves me.
Maybe I should be the one there for Carol. You know, I mean, another mom.
Yes, your ex-wife meeting your current wife. How'd that go in the last movie I reviewed?
The whole time I was here, all I did was miss my family.
Everything will be fine.
I've got a full sleigh. You understand my situation.
Now, wait a minute, Scott.
Let's pause a moment here.
Don't try to be funny here, Mr. Reinhold. I mean, I forgave you for being in Beverly Hills Cop 3. I forgave you for being in Santa Claus 2. But this is unspeakable! Why do you keep putting yourself in these terrible sequels? For a paycheck? Because there's a difference between getting money and getting high for better roles, and getting money and sucking ass! So, through some lame therapist babble from Reinhold, he makes Santa realize that by not taking her to the North Pole would scar her for life. Yes, because when he took your son to the North Pole, it made him such a role model in the last movie, didn't it? Meanwhile, back at the North Pole, Jack Frost is helping out, but that doesn't go as planned.
I've done it! Curtis, I haven't seen the bearded wonder around for a while. With all the stress up here, I wouldn't blame the big guy for doing that escape hatch thing. Escape clause.
So Curtis tells Frost about the plot device known as the Escape Clause, where Santa wishes on the secret snow globe where he wishes not to be Santa anymore, traveling back in time to when he wasn't Santa. Exactly why are you telling the obvious villain all of this, you dumbass? Fuck it. So Santa, with the help of the Sandman, knocked out his in-laws, Bud and Cynthia Newman, played by Alan Arkin and Anne Margaret.
When we went to Yosemite,
Oh, here we go, Yosemite again.
it was freezing and there were bears.
How you know? You never left the lodge.
I didn't leave the lodge because it was freezing.
And there were bears?
Yes, and it was freezing.
And it was freezing weather?
Yes, it was in the freezing weather.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Yeah!
Shut up! So, for the love of God, the Sandman knocks them out but realizes they have to be in a car to do this. Idiots. So Frost meets up with Mrs. Claus and tries to get her in her head.
Tell me, Mrs. Claus, being legendary by marriage, do you ever find yourself wondering if it's all really worth it?
Oh, it's definitely worth it.
Look at that. Oh, dear. A little sad and neglected, maybe. Just needs a little tender, loving care that nobody's bothering to give. Don't you think?
Dude, are you hitting on her? Why the fuck are you hitting on her? You're hitting on the wife of a guy who was keeping you away from suspension. Do the math! Thankfully, Santa, along with Reinhold and Santa's ex-wife and Mrs. Claus's parents, come along to town.
You guys know that my mom and dad can't know that we're at Santa's workshop at the North Pole, right?
Well, what do they think we are?
Welcome to Canada! Hey!
Oh my god, 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 oh my god.
Wow, that was an easy flight. We cruised right through customs.
Oh, what a strange flight.
It was like a dream.
Oh my god, this movie is making us Canadians look creepy. Don't believe me when I say this makes Canadians look creepy? Let's play with some music. Us Canadians are really creepy. Now, here's something I don't get. Everybody in the whole world knows who Santa Claus is. Why don't the in-laws know? Older people know who he looks like. He's a big fat guy with a great white bushy beard who works in toys. Every elf is a child and there's not one car in sight. Do the fucking math!
Everybody's just so petite.
These people are short. What's the deal with them?
Well,
What? Did you think they wouldn't ask that question? They're not idiots, they're the tallest people there!
well, this is what Canadians look like.
Fuck you, Santa Claus! Fuck you, you little twat! No, do you really think you're gonna get away with this? No! Meanwhile, Mr. Frost, the obvious villain, goes through the trouble of destroying the machines whenever the elves aren't around when using them. Santa has to leave the in-laws in the care of Mr. Frost to take care of the disasters, while Frost is also making trouble whenever he sees an opportunity.
Go on, I bet you can sing.
Jack Frost, living at your nose. You take care.
Why do you have to sing? Why in God's name do you have to
I put a spell on you.
Oh my god, no, 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 no! Don't go back there!
What's wrong with you people? We're an inch away from Armageddon.
I'll get him up.
Things get crazier and crazier as the machines begin to go out of control, so they go somewhere else. The delivery room.
This is the delivery room?
This is the delivery room.
This is not a delivery room, this is a disaster area.
What's going on here?
Well, we're remodeling, you can see. It's going to be big, huge, comfortable.
This is a broom plaza. How come the oven in the kitchen is bigger than the delivery room?
This isn't a broom plaza. This is the hospital for the entire toy factory.
How about that, Sil? Our grandchild is being born in a broom plaza in the Canadian toy factory.
Shut the fuck up! I'm tired of this noise going all around me! Would you kindly just stop talking at once? It's just unfunny, incoherent noise! Please shut the fuck up! Shut up! Shut up! The in-laws think that the delivery room is too small, so Arkin takes over the project. I don't know if I would trust anyone who did heroin in the past. Everything is becoming a mess and the toys are utterly destroyed.
The rockets are in pieces, but the launch motors are intact, sir.
Launch motors intact? Get over here. I got an idea.
Yeah, I don't think speeding the movie up, having minor special effects, and making sound effects will do any good.
Jet-powered scooter board.
Huh, I was wrong. So, after all that crack, Santa shows his niece to a secret place that he says they will share together and she must not tell anyone what goes on in there. No, it's just a secret snow globe room.
You got a good collection. Too bad you don't have one like this.
It's me!
Yeah.
Hugging a snowman!
Just pray to God doesn't come to life.
Oh! And he turns pink!
I told you your warm hugs were magical.
Wait, what?
I told you your warm hugs were magical.
I felt a great disturbance in the force.
As the two leave, Jack Frost sneaks in to steal the snow globe while the family decorates the Christmas tree.
It's strange how much this resembles.
That's a bit of an ego Santa has, doesn't he? Putting up decorations of himself. He's like Kanye West, only less of a dick. But just as Santa's about to help with the tree, he has more things to do that keeps him away from his family. You have elves. Use them! There has to be elves around that aren't doing anything, so why not use them? They can be trusted! Hey, Mr. Elf, instead of bitching and moaning about things not being done, help! Your job is to help Santa. I guess I know why the last guy left.
Things I would eat out of her ass. You have no idea.
Yeah, if you don't stop bitching and moaning, you'll be like him! So his niece sees that Jack has stolen the secret snow globe, and she goes out to get help. And because she tells what is going on in the same room as the villain, he freezes them.
I was frozen today!
What did you do?
Can't you spot the obvious? What the fuck do you think it looks like he's doing? God damn it, do family movies always have to have little kids who have to ask about the obvious?
Hey, Molly, what you doing?
Shut the fuck up!
Now, am I gonna have to do the same thing to you? Or are you gonna get into that closet and stay there without saying a word?
So, instead of faking a walk to the closet and bolting out the door yelling, "Help!" she goes in the closet. Meanwhile, Santa is still way too busy to help the family while Frost manages to destroy the Christmas tree.
But as I place this tree topper in the traditional place, I just want to say, well, honey, I think maybe I can fix that. I know you're upset.
You picked up on that, did you?
Hey, dipshit, leave stating the obvious to me. It's my fucking job. Okay, I'll give the details. Bud says that he's way too busy with his work. Santa says that because of them, they're making things worse. So the parents decide to leave. But Jack decides to, quote, save the day.
I think we all need to cool down for a second, huh?
I think we should all chill. You know, put our differences on ice. Maybe we should all sit down and stay frosty. Otherwise, we'll go bipolar. Hey, if the movie's not trying, why the fuck shouldn't I? So Santa and Jack take a walk, with Jack having a trick up his sleeves.
My in-laws resent me. Christmas is a disaster, and my pregnant wife wishes that she never had met me.
So Jack tricks Mr. Claus by giving him the secret snow globe in a box, and tricks him into making Santa wish that he wasn't Santa at all. Did the movie just go back to the future? By the way, I know this is kind of late in the game, but why is there a secret snow globe that grants this kind of wish? You know, it's going to be really hard to find someone who fits the description when another guy just quit. In fact, should there be a warning sign for the other Santas?
What happened to the other Santas?
Nothing happened. Now, here's your secret snow globe.
Well, if it's a secret, how do you know about it?
So Santa and Jack land in the past where they see the Santa before on the roof.
Hey, you!
With those two words, the original Santa falls off the roof and deflates. What the fuck? What the fuck? How the hell does this happen? I understand the first movie that he fell off the roof, but he didn't immediately deflate. In fact, we never saw him deflate. What the fuck is wrong here? In fact, if in the first movie he was outside when the original Santa was on his roof, then where is he now? It's not too late. It's not too early. Santa's on his roof. The deflating, the not making sense. What the fuck is wrong with you, movie? So, after a brief fight and Jack hits him with a shovel, Jack gets Santa's jacket to wear it to become Santa.
You hit me with a shovel!
Well, thank you for stating the obvious. I haven't heard anything more obvious since...
Oh boy!
The moment Jack wears the jacket, a red thing makes him jump up from the scene. Oh my god! In the first movie, it took him time to become Santa. He slowly got fat, had a growing beard, and that's how he became Santa. You can't just put someone in a jacket and just suddenly become Santa. In fact, if I wore this hat, would it add up? Merry Christmas. No! No, it wouldn't! So because of Jack, Santa is no longer Santa, but he's been changed back to his old self, Scott Calvin. Except he's still in the current year on Christmas Eve. He's at his old workplace, where one of his workers tells him what's going on.
What are you doing here? Why are we working?
We always work Christmas Eve.
We do?
Of course.
Well, that's ridiculous. Christmas Eve is when you spend time with your family. Where's my family tonight?
I really don't know, Mr. Calvin.
What do you mean?
Well, you rarely see them, and you don't mention them.
Well, at least we know he's the same person, whether it's Scott Calvin or Santa Claus. He still ignores his family and places his time on work. How the fuck do you expect to bring a baby to the world, you jingle balls? So Calvin rushes to the house and sees that his family, well, hates him, especially Charlie. Wow, the kid who was angry because of daddy issues. Haven't seen that since the last fucking movie! I thought they were moving that! Fuck it, it's an alternate universe. Calvin gets some information on where his wife is, who is out of town, never ever meeting him. And he goes to the North Pole to see what's going on.
Welcome all you girls and boys, come on in and build a toy. Mom and Dad shall have some fun.
Give it to me. No way.
When will people on reindeer violence ever end? Meanwhile, Reinhold and Lucy arrive, but something is different.
You don't really know because you were never around. It shouldn't be any news to you, Scott. You were never a father to Charlie. You put all the pressure on me, and guess what? He didn't want me to be his father.
Meh, whatever.
Curtis! Yes, sir. Can I offer you 2 tickets for a turn to build a toy with Santa's elves?
No.
Plus, I'll throw in this year's commemorative pen.
What is that?
Witch's voice and hands. Will that be cash or credit card, sir? Will that be cash or credit card, sir? I'll even throw in a pass for the nice list.
The nice list?
Walk with me, won't you?
You know, the point of the North Pole was to keep the mystery on whether or not it was real. Now it's surrounded by consumerism! This isn't Christmas as much as it is Christmas. So Frost comes out as Santa Claus. It turns out that he thinks he feels unappreciated about being Santa Claus. So he stopped the toy deliveries, broke the spirit and magic of Christmas, and ruined the soul of Santa Claus. And that's what the movie did.
Who needs magic? Who needs to be crawling on roofs and chimneys? I got everything I need right here.
Look around you. This is not how the North Pole is supposed to be. You know this is wrong.
It's supposed to have elves practically procrastinating during the Christmas holidays, making toys hours and hours and hours on end just to send them off to little children who don't really know the true meaning of Christmas. That's the North Pole for your ass!
Who said I wish I'd never been sad at all?
What?
I said, who said I wish I'd never been sad at all?
Scott tries to plead with Jack to switch back with him, but Jack turns away his offer and gets security to take him away to watch a show. But Scott has an idea.
I've got a surprise for you. Just up those stairs, behind a vending machine, is a secret room filled with snow globes like you've never seen before. Beautiful snow globes.
Are you meaning to whisper to her? Because you're speaking quite loudly. So Scott creates a diversion as his niece goes to the snow globe room as Jack... A song? A song? When was there any indication that there was another song involved? This is just wasting time! This is an even bigger waste of time then! I put a spell on you! No! So Scott and Jack fight on the stage as everyone else thinks it's all part of the act. But then his niece gets the snow globe from the room. Hold on. Jack didn't know how to get in the room before. Why is the snow globe back? That would mean that he would have had to put the globe back into the room. But he didn't know how to get in the fucking first place! And for that matter, he should have known that Scott would be back to the North Pole. So why did he hide it in a place where he would know how to find it? Ah!
Nice try, compadre. And lovely teamwork. There's only one problem. You're never gonna get me to say, I wish I'd never been sad at all.
Wow, what a mediocre climax. So because of that, they go to the past so Scott can make things right.
Hey, you!
What? They actually fucked with the original Santa Claus movie? You really think we wouldn't know the difference? You couldn't have just watched the first movie to see if you were doing it right? You could not have watched the first movie to see what you were doing to this fucking franchise?
Listen to me. Being Santa's not something you can take. It's something that chooses you.
It didn't really choose you. You just startled Santa. He fell off the roof, died, and you took his jacket. Didn't really choose you. So Calvin becomes Santa again, and Jack becomes Jack. And Santa realizes that he's missed out on what's really important. Hold on. Let me get this straight. A man is tired of his old life, wishes he was never who he was, and realizes that things are worse without him, and he fully appreciates what his whole life has given him. Friends, family, all. It's fucking official. This movie is ripping off It's a Wonderful Life. Congratulations, movie! You have made me hate a classic Christmas tale. Fuck you, movie! So everyone goes back to the factory and sees that things are progressing.
Else! Stop working for a minute! I'd like you all to say hello to the in-laws.
Hello, in-laws! Oh, that's just perfect. His in-laws know he's Santa Claus, even though the biggest idiot in the world would know by that point. And he even broke the Santa code of not telling anybody. Guess you'll have to kill them. So son Charlie rang up help from the Tooth Fairy, Mother Nature, among others, and helped him. How did he do that, you're asking? I'll tell you. Picture a bullet in your head and hope it kills you because you will never fucking know! But his niece comes out of the closet and shows what Frost did to her parents, but Frost refuses to help them. So Santa has a plan to get him to.
Sending a little girl in to save the day, are we? Make me change my way! It's tropical. Miguel! Dos platos de nachos, por favor. What's happening to me?
So how does this all work?
I'm warming your heart.
But they told me it couldn't be done.
They didn't know about magical hugs.
Scary pedophile dentist! Hide your family! Hide your kids! Because of his defrosting, somehow that gets her parents to unfreeze.
It's time to deliver the package.
Oh, midnight as usual.
No, it's time to deliver the package.
It's time to deliver the package!
So, the movie goes in fast motion, the way it should have been throughout this movie, so they can have the baby, and Mrs. Claus finishes her story just as her husband comes to introduce the baby.
So, who got to pick out the name?
That was easy. We named him after his grandpa.
That's right. Say hello to Buddy Claus.
And they all lived happily ever after. So that was the Santa Claus 3 Go Fuck Yourself movie. This movie is a real piece of expired eggnog. The movie goes from stupid to horrendously horrible. The jokes are cheap, the characters are horseshit, the plot is all over the map, and it insults the intelligence of the people watching this film. These movies just got worse and worse. I never want to see this movie again. I never want to see this bullshit ever again. I tremble every time I hear the title of this movie, so I hope it gets a real stuffing up its ass. I'm Harrison Laine, and these Christmas movies keep getting worse and worse!
You hit me with a shovel!